Welcome to the first and only SaaS News Digest featured on LinkedIn, where I cover news, events, and updates that are happening in SaaS community worldwide. We start today's digest with a bit of a breaking news regarding China and the US stock market. President Trump has signed a bill that could delist Chinese firms from the US markets. The bill is designed to force Chinese companies linked to the military out of the US capital markets. The measure was opposed by some of the administration who wish to retain close business ties with Beijing. The US Treasury Secretary is one of the members of the administration who is against the legislation. He is also known to be a frequent critique of the president's policies towards China. But the legislation passed Congress by large margins early this year. The Holding Foreign Companies Accountable Act will now require companies to prove they are not owned or controlled by the foreign government. Under the new law, the Federal Public Accounting Oversight Board will conduct audits. If the audit's requirements cannot be met, those companies must delist from capital markets. And in the past, Chinese companies have refused to provide audit reports, and they claim that their audits are conducted by non-US accounting firms and cannot be shared for reasons of national security. Chinese officials say the new policy is discriminatory and oppressive to Chinese firms. It will be interesting to see how this new bill plays out in the coming months and what effect it may have on the technology industry. Our next digest today takes a look at few SaaS trends for 2021. Experts are predicting rising market demand for SaaS solutions as digital transformations continue across industries and around the globe. A recent McKinsey survey showed that the pandemic accelerated this process by 3 to 4 years for many organizations. And adoption of digital products has accelerated by as much as 7 years. But these rapid changes are expected to remain in the long term. Gartner also forecasts 6.3% growth this year for worldwide public cloud services market. And the SaaS remains the largest market segment, with the growth expected to continue next year. We're likely to see a jump from $104.7 billion in 2020 all the way up to $120.9 billion in 2021. And it's worth noting that the small business spending on SaaS is increasing dramatically. The average 5-year spend on SaaS went from less than $55,000 in 2016 to nearly $220,000 in 2019. And as the shift to the cloud continues to pick up the speed, more opportunities arise for vertical SaaS solutions. Businesses are looking for solutions that target their specific industry pain points, and this will lead us to more purpose-built solutions targeting a narrowed user base. For example, church management software is just one example of the growing vertical SaaS market. And due to the continuing COVID-19 restrictions, churches have found themselves in need of new tech. They want to remain connected to their communities both spiritually and financially. And 40% of churches in the US receive their entire revenue from individual donations. And this makes SaaS solutions as priority for keeping those channels open. And 2021 will also see some operational challenges for SaaS industry, such as hiring talent and supporting remote workers will be ongoing issues. There is and will continue to be a shortage of developers and data analytics talent. And to meet those needs, company will turn to international staff and other flexible talent sources. But to do so, companies must re-examine their strategies for attracting talent from a larger hiring pool. And this, just a few SaaS trends to watch for in 2021. And our final digest today talks about intent data. This data provides insights into the buyer engagement and purchasing. Essentially, it It is a behavioral information collected about an individual's online activities that results in B2B lead generation. Some experts say that information from intent data can help marketing and sales executives focus on resources and drive growth in 2021. But marketing professionals seem to agree that the first-party intent data is just not enough. Experts recommend combining first, second, and third-party data to target specific accounts. And this includes reverse IP lookups and cookies, DSP data, and public activity data. When those elements are combined, larger trends become more visible. It becomes possible to see who is engaged with what content from quarter to quarter. And it offers perspective on the buyer journey across different industries. And it can also serve as a think tank of research covering the challenges and pain points being faced by the consumers. Armed with this information, companies can develop more original and impactful content that resonates with their target market. Companies can tailor their outreach to match prospect seniority, function, and stage in the buying journey. They can also synthesize key messages and discover upsell or cross-sell signals along the way. And as 2020 approaches, it's worth adding intent data to your list of possible marketing and sales strategies. I hope you enjoyed SaaS News Digest. The SaaS News Digest belongs to all of us and provides values to members of our community because of you. So please click on like or insightful button, share the SaaS Digest on your LinkedIn page, and let's work together in developing this community and setting new SaaS global standards. My name is Artem Gasan. I'm the general partner at SaaS Growth Ventures, and my superpower is I invest and fuel growth and revenue for SaaS companies. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.